Good afternoon, this is my Pechacucha oral report. My name is Dylan Fonseca. I did my oral report on Theodore Dreiser. He was born August 27th, 1871, and he died December 28th, 1945. An American novelist that thrived in naturalism. He was a newspaper reporter before he was a novelist, and he married Sarah White in 1898. Notable works for Theodore Dreiser are An American Tragedy, which is a 1925 novel, Jenny Greidhart, 1911, Sister K, which we're reading now, 1900, and The Bulwark, a 1946 family drama novel. These are some pictures of the covers of the books. His childhood, he was born in Terre Haute, Indiana, and he moved frequently around Chicago. He was born into a big family. This is what Terre Haute would look like. They had a brewing company there. This was like the street. And his father was a German immigrant, and he talks greatly about his mother's compassionate and how she was a great person, highly talked about. People in general attach too much importance to words. They are under the illusion that talking affects great results. As a matter of fact, words are, as a rule, the shallowest portion of all the argument. They but dimly represent the great surging feeling and desires which lie behind. When the distraction of the tongue is removed, the heart listens. I think this is a great quote because throughout the book we see that George is a master manipulator of giving people what they want to hear, especially Carrie. And he does put a sense of importance on his words, and Carrie falls under the illusion of letting George get away with those words. Throughout a lot of Dreiser's work, you see a recurring theme of him letting his characters letting pride get the best of them. Especially in Sister Carrie, we've seen it throughout multiple characters. George only cares about himself. His pride gets the best of him there. Carrie, towards the end, knows that she's no longer in love with George, but she gets what she can from him still being there, so she lets the pride get the better of her there too as well. He attended Indiana University in 1889 and 1890. He started as a newspaper reporter in Chicago in 1892, and then he worked his way up to Philadelphia, and in New York he worked his way up the East Coast. He was writing for Philadelphia, and this is a picture of a Philadelphia newspaper, and that's what Indiana University looked like. His impact on today's literature, he had a way of writing where they always succeeded. So like I said earlier, like his books always tend to have the main character succeed, but it's the sense of, he has a different look on social class and society because of the fact that he's done different studies that believe that we're beyond control for social forces. All right, so my secondary quote, love is the only thing you can really give in all this world. When you give love, you give everything. I think this mentality that he gets is probably from his family. He's from a very big family, and he has a recurring theme where in his books it's revolved around love and what the characters do. His writing style, so yes, like I said, his brothers and sisters helped him come up with characters. He read works by scientists T.H. Huxley and John Tyndall, where he came to believe that human beings are helpless in the grip of instincts and social forces beyond their control, like I was saying. So he has strong speculations about human beings. So this is a little video.
And propelled writer Theodore Dreiser a century ago, exactly. To read Theodore Dreiser now is to see the stark parallels between his world of ink and steel, robber barons and wage slaves, and our world of digital technologies and outsourcing, corporations as people, and the erosion of the social infrastructure that once supported a thriving middle class. Dreiser would not have been surprised by our predicaments. He knew well the siren call of wealth and status, the propaganda of business, the ruthlessness of ambition. That is why he raised his powerful voice in a molten stream of dissent. His first novel, which many consider the first great American urban novel, was Sister Carrie. the story of a country girl who comes to Chicago and finds an improper but life-saving alternative to
So his family life, like I said about his wife earlier, Sarah, he proposes to her in 1893, but it takes them until 1898 to fully get married. They don't have any children, and they do abruptly separate in 1909, and they do have a divorce. This is a picture of his wife, Sarah, that he married. Accomplishments for Mr. Dreiser. In 1930, he was a finalist for the Nobel Prize, and he did not win, but he was a finalist. And then he won an award of merit for the American Academy of Arts and Letters in 1945. I did a little research on the estimated worth of Theodore Dreiser, and a site said that he would have somewhere in the worth of $1.5 million range. And they described him as one of the richest novelists of his time and of all time. And as a summary, he's an intriguing novelist from the early 1900s. He did thrive in naturalism. He had a long career of being a newspaper writer and a novelist, so he was definitely an intelligent mind when it comes to writing. Like I said, he wrote many novels, and he lived a fairly long life, and he lived a family life. He got married twice. He married someone else right before he died. So this is my Petrichor oral report on Theodore Dreiser. Thank you.